once of a lifetime, and I show compassion from a stroke of love from you. Stroke of love from you. But I can't be with you, 'cause you are a whore. My name is Langston 2092, and this is Fast Money, Women, and My Life, Part 11. And that's the song that I was singing about Nene. I was reminiscing over, I remember she was such a spontaneous person. I mean, even though she was a whore, she was just a nice person to be with. But it's crazy because most whores are nice people. They're so giving, But I remember, we used to get up and go to King's Dominion, Busch Gardens, just like that. She would ask me, hey, you want to go to New York? Yeah. When we going? Now. And I never forget those days, man. I remember we went to Carowinds in Charlotte, North Carolina, and on the way back, she unbuckled my pants. Now I'm driving. She unbuckled my pants and just blew me off right then and there. And it's the summertime and I'm young. And I'm like, wow, this is the most beautifulest feeling I ever had in my life. So I'm reminiscing, sitting in my room at my mother's house, broke, got fired from 3 jobs, don't have no car, don't have no money. And I'm like sitting here like, wow, man, the reality settles in, after a couple of days. It's like, it's no more Nene, no more blowjobs, it's no more, spontaneous, sex in different places, and it's just a reality. It's a reality that she was a whore and she couldn't be trusted, and that I'm done with her and I have to move on. So I wound up getting this job at this place called PBM, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a packaging company or whatever have you. Tried to get my life together, of course my mom has to go back and forth to work, so she can't drop me off. So I mean, now I'm catching a public city bus, you know what I'm saying? And so at times, I'm asking for rides, and you know how that is. You at work and you like, hey man, could you give me a ride home? And they're like, yo, where do you live at? Well, I live over such and such. Man, I ain't going that way. Even though they were going that way, so I was trying to get my life together, trying to piece everything together, whatever. But it's like I'm thinking, and I'm saying throughout all of these years, I haven't accomplished anything. I went to college and I dropped out, and here I am. I'm working at a job in which I really didn't want to work. I really wanted to be an entrepreneur. I really wanted to do things for myself because I like fast money. I don't like that money that comes slow. Like you gotta wait until the end of the week to get your paycheck. I don't like that type of stuff. I'd rather get my stuff back to back to back to back. My money back to back to back to back. So it's like I'm living this miserable life, and I gotta come home at 12 o'clock at night. My mom's gave me a curfew. Here I am, 25 years old. She gave me a curfew, and she told me on Sundays, you gotta get up on Sunday morning and go to Sunday school with me and go to church and all the rest of that. And then, I'm sitting here. It's 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. The preacher doing the damn Running Man, talking about Jesus, sweet baby Jesus, and my mom talking about Jesus, crying and all the rest of that stuff. I'm sitting here like, you got to be kidding me. The New York Giants versus the Washington Redskins is on. I want to see the game. So I wound up just I just had enough. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my mom's friend, sweet baby Jesus. Wasn't mine. So I left. I had to go. And that probably was like the 3rd time that I left my mom's house. I guess she kind of understood. Here I am, a young adult, and I just want to experience life, and I'm not experiencing it like I want to. So I wound up leaving, and I was homeless for a couple of days. I was sleeping on park benches. I remember I slept at Duke University under a tree. I remember I slept behind a bank in a couple of places. I also wind up chilling with this chick that I used to mess with back in the days in the projects, and she wound up getting saved. So I was trying to ease up in there, and she's like, no, I'm like, but we used to. She's like, no, I'm saved now. You know, I'm all about Sweet Baby Jesus. And I'm like, man, all these broads is all about Sweet Baby Jesus. Man, Sweet Baby Jesus getting all the chicks, you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm still working, you know what I'm saying? I'm still maintaining. And make long story short, I wound up moving in with a friend of mine. And after that, you know, here I am. I'm going to work. It was a temporary service job. So it was a temp job. So I got laid off after like 3 months or something like that. Then I picked up another job, right, working third shift. And I met these guys called NFC, short for NIGGA from a cipher. And you know, they were real cool. You know, all of them had dreads. At that time I had dreads too. So, you know, we were all cool and everything. And I used to go over their house and we used to get high. And it used to be this female that lived with them, right? And she also worked with us too on third shift. And she would sit in the corner and she would be reading books. And as we passed the blunts around, we would pass it to her. She'd pull it a couple times and then, pass it to somebody else. And I always wondered, yo, why, what's up with her? And everybody was like, yo, that's Tanya. She mad cool. She from New York and everything. She don't talk much. And she just, she do her own thing. So come to find out, make long story short, they all met each other at North Carolina Central University. All of them went to that college. And taking heed, it was about, well, one of the dudes went to the same college I went to. So it was about 10 of them, and all of them stayed together in this house, right? And it was a big enough house. So, here we are, I would go over there and get high and everything. And then, we would go to work. And I wound up saving some money and I bought like a used car. But I still had to make payments on it. It was like $150. It was like $1,000 car. So it was like $100 a month or whatever until I paid it off. So I would pick up some of the dudes from NFC while some of the other dudes would have cars and everything. So one day, I never forget, we was at work. And this white dude, he was mad cool, manager. He's the one that was telling us what to do with third shift or whatever. So it's like about 14 of us, right? And that's it. That's all that's working in the warehouse, right? And we're packaging up stuff and throwing it on the assembly line or whatever have you. So one day he says, this is Friday. The manager says, yo man, I know y'all get high. I know y'all be getting high because I can smell it when y'all come in to work and your eyes be all red, right? He was like, yo, listen, it's gonna be one night, I tell you. That's it. Go get the weed. Go get the 40s, 40 ounces. The Heinekens and all of that, 20 deuce, all of that. And we gonna drink and smoke on our lunch break, and then we gonna go back to work. And we got tore up. At work. Tore up. With the manager. No lie, right? So then, that's when I met Tanya. So I started talking to her. She was mad cool and everything, and I was like, we should, what you like doing, blah 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 blah. So she was telling me, she's from Brooklyn and she likes doing this and that, and so forth. She'd been down here for a couple of years, right? So, we went back to work, high as a kite, and the next day she needed a ride. So we went to work the next night. She needed a ride back the next morning. So I gave her a ride back, and she was like, yo, sometimes we could chill together, whatever have you. I was like, cool, no problem, because I looked at her as being a friend, right? So my birthday came around, and, this is a couple days after me knowing her. And, we had went to the pool one time, and we went swimming. So we were like friends, like real close friends. I ain't do nothing to her. I ain't, think about none of that or whatever happened. So my birthday came, and she was like, yo, what you doing for your birthday? I was like, I ain't doing nothing. She was like, look, I got something for you. So later on that night, she cooked me spaghetti, and she bought me an ounce of weed. Was it an ounce or 2 ounces? It was just a big bag. I don't know how much it was, but it was a lot. Me and her got high as a kite. Now taking heed, that was over my crib, not NFC crib, right? So we sitting there high as a kite and everything, and we talking and all of that, and we're just the best of friends, right? So another day comes and she's like, yo, could you take me over to my boyfriend's house? I'm like, all right, cool, I'll drop you off and pick you up, whatever. So I did that. So when I picked her up, she was like, yo, next time, you want to come in, because my boyfriend is African, and he saw you out there, and I said that you were my brother, and he was like, yo, next time, he drops you off, tell him to come in, and I'll cook African dishes and everything for you. We can sit down and chill, right? I was like, cool. So the day came, and we went to his house. We ate the African food. It was pretty good, and then we sat down and watched a movie and everything. And it was just just regular. It was his house was very nice. It was comfortable and all of that, right? So then we left, and Tanya was like, yo, what do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, you want to get high again? So we got high, and we're sitting in the car, right? Like right in front of my place. And she's touching me, and I don't like that. I'm not the touchy-feeling person. I don't like that. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. That's how I feel. You see what I'm saying? So she's touching me. She's playing with me. And I'm trying to figure out, why are you playing with me? Why are you messing with me? Plus, you messing up my high too, right? So then she grabs me and kisses me. And I'm like, whoa, this is a friend zone. Like, what are you doing? So being the type of person that I am, I'm not going to say I'm a ladies' man or nothing like that, but, I have no problems with women. I really don't. I never had problems with women. Never. I mean, I'm talking about far as women being attracted to me. Now, problems like they getting on my damn nerves, that's another thing. So, she kisses me, and I go kiss her back or whatever have you, and then I stop and I sit in the car, and I didn't ask her. She unbuttons my pants and blows me, and it was the most remarkable blowjob I ever had in my life. Like, this broad, the head, all of that was on point. And I came like, I don't know, like 0.5 seconds. So then, after that day, of course, I took in the house and, laid it off, laid it out. So of course, as time progresses or whatever, we still talking, we getting high and everything, but then after that, it's extra activities, meaning I'm slaying it, I'm putting it down, you know what I mean? So make a long story short, NFC got evicted out of the house, and Tanya had to go as well. Tanya didn't have nowhere to go. My roommate wasn't having her live there with me or with us, so she had to go to a homeless shelter. Now, I'm the type of person when my friend is down and out, I'm still gonna be there for them. So I used to visit Tanya at the homeless shelter, and we used to talk and everything, and she couldn't take it. It was very deplorable conditions and everything. It was times that she could have like a pass to get out, like a weekend pass, and she would come and chill with me for 2 days, and then she would have to go back to the homeless shelter. At the homeless shelter, she had to pay $15 a day to stay there. No, it was $15 a week, I think. Yeah, $15 a week to stay there. And it was just crazy. I remember they had Thanksgiving dinner there, and I came there with her, and we all holding hands. They wanted to pray, before they ate Thanksgiving dinner. So I'm not religious, so I'm looking up, and it was a special needs, I don't want to say retarded, a special needs person that was like nodding, go ooh, ooh. So the lady was like, yo, Ronnie, we're praying now. You're gonna have to pray with us. And he was like, no. I'm not trying to be funny, man. But he did do it like that. He was like, no. And she was like, Ronnie, calm down. So she went to go pray. She went to go pray, right? And she was like, in the name of Jesus. And Ronnie said, bow, and smacked the living hell out of her. And then he ran. He was like, and they grabbed him and threw him on the ground and was like, Ronnie, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. And then Tanya looked at me and she was like, you see this SHIT I gotta go through? And I was like, yo, man, So to make the long story short, me and my roommate had a fallout, and Tanya, it was Tanya's brilliant but bad decision, bad idea for us to have something together. You know what I mean? And I was like, all right, man. So we wound up moving into this boarding house, right? And the landlord, we had to pay $85 a week. The landlord stayed right next to us. The landlord's son stayed in the house, and he had a wife. So I'm sitting here, you know, and it's just regular house or whatever. And the first day, you know, the afternoon, it was cool or whatever. And then the nighttime came, and the zombies came out. Like, I'm like, holy, man, what the? I'm sitting outside, and I'm like, everybody is on crack. It's like crackheads everywhere. And then I found out that the landlord's son was on crack, and the son's wife was a prostitute, and she would go out and blow off and do all the rest of that stuff and come back and have the money. And the landlord's son was the drug dealer. He would sell drugs in the house. So I found out days later, you know, it took me some time to figure it out. I'm living in a trap house. I don't even realize it. So, I mean, we don't have anywhere to go or anything like that. And, you know, I got laid off of my job, and she found another job. So I was like, we stuck like Chuck here. And it was just crazy, man. Like, it was, everybody was a crackhead except for me, the drug dealer, and Tanya, right? So I wound up working for Labor Ready. For those that don't know what Labor Ready is, our Labor Ready, and it's another one. They pay daily, right? So if you go on a job, a construction site, and you work 8 hours, when you come back, they'll have your 8 hour, your check for those 8 hours that you work, and you'll cash it, and you'll have the money that day. Now, the thing of it is that most crackheads love working at Labor Ready, because they can work for 8 hours and cash their check. And the drug dealer, he was smart. He would be right around the corner waiting for them. And it was just, that was crazy, man. That was a whole different experience, man. Just being in that trap house and the stuff that I had went through, and it was crazy. I got stories for days, but I'll finish in part 12. Stay tuned. This is Langston 2092. I want you to like this video. I want you to comment. I want you to share and subscribe.